morning students, we are doing today Kingdom Animalia, that is second part of Kingdom classification 2. Now, all animals in the world are multicellular, that means their body is made up of more than one cell, and all of them are heterotrophs. They are depending on others for food. Now, they may be of different shapes and sizes, all animals. Now, they can be broadly classified into two categories, that is invertebrates and the second one is vertebrates. This is based on the presence or absence of the backbone or the vertebral column. So invertebrates are absent. Invertebrates are animals with no backbone or their backbone is absent. And vertebrates are having the backbone. So presence of backbone. Now, these invertebrates are further divided into 8 phyla and vertebrates are divided into 5 classes. So, we are doing each one in detail. The first one is Porifera. Then we have Cnidaria, Nematoda, Platyhelminthes. We will be doing in detail each one of them. Then the worm group, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda and Annelida belong to worms. Then we have Arthropoda, then mollusk and Echinodermata. So we are doing first Porifera. Now what do Porifera mean? Porifera means the body is made up of pores. The body is made up of pores. Many pores on the outside of the body, and mostly they are marine or either they are freshwater or mostly marine, that is living in sea water, and they are attached to the substratum. They cannot move on their own. So they cannot move at all. They have a simple body. There may be an opening here. The vase shaped body has many pores. And what happens is the water enters through the pores from this water. So the water enters through the pores inside. Along with the water, the food material also enters. What is required, extra water and extra food, what is not required, goes out of this and remaining is absorbed by the cells. So there is no proper digestive system or systems as such to digest food and all. They are roughly cylindrical body like the vase shape, and the food and water enters this way through the pores. They are digested and also absorbed. What is not required is thrown out of the bigger pore at the upper edge. Mostly these lack tissue system or tissue organization. Only cells are there inside which will take care of all the processes in the body. Now the tissue cavity, here inside it is like open vase. Inside is a cavity. So here inside there is a cavity which is just you can say it is a through body cavity is absent. There is no exact like vase shape and inside whole body cavity, but there is some body cavity. Now, example is sponges. Natural sponges, I mean not a duster which we use in class. The sponges in the oceans inside. Some examples are Scypha, then Euspongia, Cycon. There are many more examples. If you go to see, you will get many names. Now, this are called ostia, the poles are called ostia, and this is called osculum, the main one. Now the second one in vertebrate is phyla is Cnidaria. Cnidaria is the second one. The second phylum is Cnidaria. They are mostly marine animals and some of them may be freshwater like Hydra. So mostly they are marine, living in the oceans and seas, except Hydra which is living in freshwater like the ponds, lakes, etc. Now their body is very soft and translucent. What does translucent mean? Like butter paper, you can see what is the other side, but not exactly clearly. So inside the body you can see because it is translucent. Then there is an opening which is, we cannot call it as a mouth and a name. We cannot give it a name, but opening is there which is representing a mouth. Like the mouth. So, and inside there is a hollow, this also is a hollow cavity. There will be tentacles and this will be hollow cavity. Here there will be a hollow cavity and outside is made up of cells, multi-layered. There is a single opening leading to this cavity. Will take in the water or food, and whatever is not required will be thrown out of the same opening. So they are mostly attached to the ocean floor, but some of them, Cnidarians, are also free floating like the jellyfish. So their body is inverted bowl, like inverted bowl shape. You must have seen a jellyfish on the when you go to the this beach and all. So the lower edge here there is in Hydra, that is the attached ones forms Cnidarians. The tentacles are at the upper edge, whereas in the other free floating animals like jellyfish, the tentacles are at the lower edge, but in both ways the tentacles help in movement as well as in catching the prey. So they can sense with the tentacles where the prey is there and they will go there and they will take in their prey. Tentacles are just filamentous bodies, like they are long, slender, and also filament-like projections. Just they work like a fingers. You can imagine how your fingers will go if you want to catch something, hold something. Same way they will work. Now the next one is Platyhelminthes. This is actually belonging to a big group, worm group. The first one is Platyhelminthes. Platy means flat worms. So they are also called flat worms. They have soft body and flattened ribbon shaped body. They are mostly parasites and they live in fresh water as well as sea water, and some of them are inside the body of humans and other animals. So they require a host. Those parasites, because they are parasites, they require host, and some of them are in the water or sea, etc. Now because they are parasites, their head is having some structures here, like they have hooks and also they have suckers, so that they can adhere to the host, because they cannot derive the nutrition from anywhere else. They will require to adhere to the host or attach to the host, so to take up the nutrition. So they have one opening for food intake as well as for expulsion of waste. So that is surrounded by or close to the hooks and suckers. Now examples are tapeworm, then liver fluke, and planaria. So they remain in the body of one host. You have to always wash your hands. We tell you, wash your hands before eating and all, or after playing. Why is this? Because these are found mostly in soil, water, and when you do some work, gardening or play in the mud, they remain, their eggs remain inside the nails. When you eat without washing your hands, they may go into your body and you will be the host. So you have to take care of these. The second group is Nematoda, Nematoda is roundworms. I have just kept this here, Platyhelminthes, to show you all the three together. So Nematoda is roundworms. And the next one is Annelida, which are segmented worms. We can learn this together, just a difference in their body shape and size. Nematoda is roundworms and Annelida is segmented worms. Their body is soft, both of them, their body is soft, cylindrical, here they are thin and here they are little fat on the fatter side. Here there are ring-like segments, Here they are not segmented. So examples of Nematoda are leech, Ascaris, and hookworm. So they are parasites. Whereas here it is leech, segmented worms, and earthworms. Now, they are parasites in the digestive tract of small infants. Same way, because we play, do not wash hands properly and eat without washing hands. Then the mud has eggs of these. So when we engulf the mud with the eggs, then they go in our body and they develop inside. So So they are parasites. They will depend on what you eat. So they live in soil as well as water. These also live. They are free living worms, which are in the soil, or sometimes they are not parasites like them, but leech can also adhere to your body and take your blood. Earthworm is farmer's friend, so it is not harmful at all. Now, these have, because they are living in the host, they have a part of the life cycle inside the host, a part of the life cycle outside the host in the water and soil. And they have a tube-like digestive system. They don't have a digestive system like us. Just a tube. Starts with mouth, okay, and ends with the anus. So these ring-like structures are called animae in the annelids. They have these ring-like structures on both the sides. They have a pair of locomotory organs called setae. For locomotion. So every segment will have a pair of these locomotory organs in leeches and earthworms. We cannot see them, we just see them slender body, but they are present. They are bristle-like structures which will help them to go on the soil and any other place. Now the next one is, so these below, all these are worms. Worm group. Now the next one is Arthropoda. Arthro means jointed and poda means legs. So the next one is Arthropoda. 80% of the animal kingdom belongs to this group. All the insects, then the worms, not exactly the worms, millipedes, centipedes, all those, then butterflies, honeybees, all insects, then your crabs, lobsters, all of them together, they form 80% of the animal kingdom. Why? Do you know the reason why? Why they are 80% of the whole animal kingdom? Only 20% are others and 80% are these. The two reasons are, one is they have a very small body, and second is they eat less, so they can survive, and because of the small body they can hide away from their enemies. They are hardly seen by the enemies. Okay, now they are, arthropodans are terrestrial, some of them, as well as aquatic, like crab, lobsters and all live in water. Now they have outer body covering which is hard outer covering or carapace or exoskeleton. So their body is the body outer covering is made up of exoskeleton with the material called chitin. So that helps to protect the body. Now, and that chitin is a proteinaceous substance which is just for, because the inner body is soft, it is protected. So by the exoskeleton, then the body is divided into three parts. One is the head, thorax and the abdomen. Now this I told you that arthro means jointed and poda means legs. So they have jointed legs. Jointed legs. So the legs will be jointed. You can see the joints. When you see a crab, you can see the joints on their legs. All the arthropods will have either 3 pairs of legs, like insects. Then scorpion and all will have 4 pairs of legs. So they also belong to arthropoda. And there will be others with many legs. So from 3 pairs or 4 pairs to many legs. So the ant or all the insects, honeybee, or they will have 3 pairs. The scorpion will have spider will have 4 pairs of legs. Then all the millipedes, centipedes will have many legs, hundreds of legs. They have 2 more important structures like a sense organs. There is something called antennae, which will help them to sense what is around them, food or enemy. You must have seen a butterfly or an insect, other insect, they have antennae which acts as a sense organ, and they also have compound eyes. That means the eye will have repeated structures. Now some examples are honeybee, ant, then scorpions. All these are examples of arthropods. There will be variations because these have wings, these don't have wings. Some will have only legs, some will have also wings, etc. Now the next one is soft bodied. Mollusk. These are soft-bodied invertebrates which are either terrestrial or aquatic. They are unsegmented body, and the body is made up of head, then visceral mass, and a muscular foot for locomotion. So they have also hard shell for protecting them, their bodies, because they are very soft. They have hard covering, that is a shell. Mostly examples are snails, oysters, etc. And this mollusk, the muscular foot helps them in movement. You must have seen a snail. And this is the muscular foot. We'll be doing the last one in the next class along with the vertebrates. So till then, read the lesson well and answer the questions. Thank you.